Snowshoeing offers a different winter experience, allowing you to walk on top of snow. The Cypress Hills Interprovincial Park has many different trails to explore, and Education Coordinator Chris Dodd says it's a great activity if you want to try something new.
There's nothing quite like walking through fresh powder or following fresh tracks or just walking down a trail and floating on top of the snow. That being said, we do get very powdery snow out here, so if you do come out snowshoeing, you're going to sink a little bit, but guaranteed you won't sink as much as if you had no snowshoes on at all. But it's an incredible winter experience to be able to walk pretty much anywhere with the snowshoes on. Again, you don't really have to worry about underbrush too much because the snow is usually covering that, and get out there in nature. And it's always surprising what you see.
So it's time to strap on those snowshoes and give it a shot.
So tell me a little bit about these snowshoes and how we put them on.
Okay, so here out in Cypress Hills, we have these wonderful snowshoes. Now, these are snowshoes that are meant for one size fits all. We do have tails which can attach to the back in case you need some extra flotation. But to put them on, they're really, really easy to use. All you have to do is pop open the binding. Okay, you then slide your foot in there and then put on the ankle strap.
He says you want to make sure that you have enough room between the toe of your boot and the plastic of the snowshoe.
I like going by about 2 of my fingers, just so that you have room for the snowshoe to flex and bend. Makes it a lot easier to walk if you have that little flex in there. And then all you gotta do is grab it and then catch it on that little tiny silver thing.
All right.
And then around the back. One thing to do too is once you get your snowshoe on, it's nice to give her a good shake.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not going to come off your foot.
Okay.
And then you're good to go.
Dodd says there is a difference between the snowshoes we are using and the old wooden ones.
These snowshoes are a lot tougher than the wooden snowshoes. If you're using wooden snowshoes, you have to take really good care of them. You have to varnish them, you have to dry them out. Now, if you're just getting into snowshoeing and you want a snowshoe on a snowshoe that's gonna give you some fairly good performance, have some traction, and be incredibly durable, snowshoes like these are the way to go. The flat surface gives you the flotation, and you got these lovely crampons on the bottom. So if you happen to be on a track or if you're trying to walk up a hill, it gives you a lot of help because you can dig yourself right in there and it can help you climb. Ideally in really puffy, fluffy snow, these ones are not going to give you the best flotation, but they are going to help you out, and they are better than nothing. They do make a difference.
After we got those snowshoes strapped on, we are ready to hike up the hill.
So what's the proper way to walk in these snowshoes?
Okay. Well, I mean, walking in snowshoes, you just have to be very careful about where you place your feet. I like to think of snowshoes as like really big clown shoes. So if you've ever happened to wear clown shoes before, you'll have an idea of what it's like to walk in snowshoes. You just have to be very kind of careful. For instance, you don't want to try and step on your foot because you'll learn to trip. Fall in. Small steps helps, and if you can kind of pick your toe up a little bit, maybe drag your heel. So that way when you're putting your snowshoe down, you go down and you get that little bit of flotation. And that's especially important if we start coming to hills and going down hills, is really dragging the heels. But no, just careful with these guys and just walk like you're out in a Sunday school. Having a hike, yes.
If you would like to try out this different winter activity, you can rent snowshoes from the Visitor Information Center in Cypress Hills. For Shaw TV, I'm Leanne Evans.